Sometimes when we're waiting for uncertain news, we know the news is going to be bad. It's just a matter of how bad it'll be.
Bad news, everyone!
It's gonna make you literally run from bad news.
Well, BadNewsTech.
Welcome to episode 0 of the Bad News Tech podcast. I'm Pedro. I'm here with Sam, Chris, Isaac, and the disembodied voice of Lewis. Please don't be scared when you hear him.
Disembodied in the flesh, baby.
All right, guys. So as we know, CES came and went. There were tons of announcements. Is there anything that stuck out to us in the process of those, 4 or 5 days?
Oculus Rift with the pricing and their ship date that they mentioned, along with the specs that you need to have to utilize one. So they basically said that you needed a pretty recent graphics card, a GTX 970 or higher, which is already in the $300 mark for a graphics card already. An i5 fourth gen processor, and 8 gigs of RAM, 3 USB 3.0 ports. You will need an HDMI 1.3 port and at least Windows 7 64-bit. So they're pretty demanding specs for such a device, but I mean, even I have to upgrade for it if I want to go ahead and tackle it, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to try to get one. So,
gotcha. What all do you need to upgrade?
I'm going to need to upgrade my processor, which basically means I have to rebuild a whole new computer.
Okay, so
Nice.
all right, so it's essentially going to cost you the price of building a whole new computer to purchase then another $600 bundle of it comes with what, the headset, a controller, and
it's the headset with the microphone and the headphones. It's the sensor that's needed, the Oculus remote, and then an Xbox One controller. That's only going to be until they come out with their Oculus motion controller.
Okay. And wasn't this supposed to be cheaper?
It was supposed to be, well, according to, I believe it was the CEO, it was supposed to be $350. That was mentioned prior to this event, and then people kind of were like, hey, you said it was $350 and it's not, it's $600, and he's been getting some blowback for it. So, but if you want to experience VR, I guess you're just gonna have to pay the $600.
Gotcha.
Not including the cost to upgrade your rig. So.
Well, okay, so you're speaking in terms of the person that needs to upgrade their PC. What about a guy like me that wants to experience VR but doesn't have the computer? I'm using a Yoga right now. Obviously, this isn't going to be Oculus ready, so I have to buy another one. Are there any options for me?
They're also providing some Oculus ready PC bundles, so they're going to vary in range from $1,500 to $1,800 depending on what you want in them. But there will be a discount that they're going to be providing if you do get an Oculus ready bundle. But I believe it's Alienware that's getting into it right now, and I'm forgetting the other name.
Alienware and Dell.
Yeah, and Dell. So. Well, Alienware is Dell and Alienware are essentially the same entity. So
essentially the same company.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm doing some research right now as you're speaking to me, and looks like Dell or Alienware they've got $200 off on a Oculus Rift PC ready bundle. Includes the Oculus Rift and the PC. It's $1,598 for that.
$1,600.
Yeah. I mean, that's a little bit of money for a decent gaming PC. I mean, you're subtracting $200, so I mean, I would say what the rig costs is probably like $1,300. So, you're getting, it's not like you're getting a junky computer out of it just to use Oculus Rift. You're getting a good gaming PC for it. So,
okay, because I mean, that $1,600 price point is hard to swallow, especially if you don't know what content's out there. I mean, are they going to start releasing games? Is it going to be a full-fledged library of games by the end of 2016? I don't want to spend $1,600 to have 4 VR games and then that's it.
Yeah. As of right now, the Oculus Rift will come with Eve for free and Lucky Tail. So it's going to come with 2 games for free to kind of hold you over until there's more games out. I know, I mean, I'm pretty sure Minecraft is going to be on there, which is going to be big. So I can't imagine a game like Minecraft without having Oculus VR support. So, but there will be other games. They're not announced right now. So they're all in talks and stuff. So it's kind of just rumors right now. So
you got to spend $1,600 and hope.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're telling the consumer,
pretty
hey,
much,
buy my $1,600 bundle.
Yeah,
and let's hope we have some good games eventually.
I mean, it's a lot of money to put up for something that isn't. You don't know what's coming up next after it. But I honestly think that VR is here to stay for quite a while now. I don't think it's going to be one of those like fad type things or niche type things. It's especially since it's not just the Oculus Rift. They have the PlayStation VR. They have Samsung Gear VR. You know, they have all of that stuff. So it's going to be, you know, it's going to be around for a while with how many people that are doing it. So
you don't think it could be like the 3D, where every TV came out was a 3D TV, and everyone had active and passive technology, and every new thing was 3D, and now it's kind of like no.
Yeah, it's like no one uses it. It was just good in the beginning. I don't think so, because I don't know.
Because you're telling me spend $1,600. Google's saying, hey, throw together this $20 little thing that I got for free here, and I could pretty much almost get the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, the Google Cardboard is a good concept, but it still doesn't come, like, it's not full immersion. You have to hold the device up to your face. You know, that's not the case with the Oculus Rift. You have headphones already strapped to the device. So, and you can't necessarily play, you know, Minecraft in VR on the phone, because you will still need to touch the phone.
Yeah. So
to do actions, whereas with the Oculus Rift, you'll have the controller for that, and you know, things like that. So I mean, it's a scary investment, but I think it's going to pay off even better than the last time VR was even a thing.
Well,
so
I mean, even after talking about whether it's going to be a fad or not, I know they're at least going to release 100 games throughout the year.
Yeah, so the PlayStation VR is going to have 100 games. I think Oculus did say that they were going to try to go for 100
Oculus
games too.
Studios, at least 20 that are going to be theirs, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken, like everything else is like third party.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, so I mean, granted, we don't know what the type of content they're going to put out. If they're going to be short games, long games. If they're going to be things like, you know, RPGs, you know, like Witcher, or, you know, first-person shooters like Call of Duty or anything like that. So we don't really know yet, but it's the good thing about it having such a high price point is I don't think it's just going to go out of stock like crazy. So, you know, so if you decide to go ahead and pick it up later on, you know, and it's already released, you can pick it up when you want to.
You're gonna get yours first day?
I don't think so, because I still have to build a computer first.
Okay. Well, I mean, can we start saving? I mean, I know you gotta talk to Elaine, but because I mean, I want to play Valkyrie on it.
Yeah.
Are those specs recommended specs or minimum specs?
Ooh, good question.
Those are. It didn't specify. It's just those are them. If you haven't met them, then that's it. I mean, I would imagine the 970 graphics card would be good enough, because it's the Oculus Rift has 2 screens that are in front of your eyes that are 1080p. So it's not like it's like 4K or 2K. So I'm pretty sure that the 970 can run that. So.
And you have a 980 Ti?
Yeah, I have a 980 Ti. So I mean, I'll be fine in the graphics card department, but it's the processor that's killing me. So, which means I'll have to replace my motherboard.
So
and
then,
all that,
saying that, what's the target then?
target as far as price.
Target. Who's gonna buy this?
I would honestly say
Christian.
people like me,
Yeah.
PC Master Race people, but
Well-
PC enthusiasts, I would say that are willing to spend $300 or more on a graphics card and stuff like that.
I might
so.
join the master race if like you can give me like something Final Fantasy E.
I just don't know how they're gonna have so many developers. They said 100 games, so you're gonna have developers putting so much money, time, development into this format, into this platform, with 0.5% of people that could actually use it.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
How could that work? I don't see any
Well,
long-term
I feel like they're trying
success
to
with that.
get more like they're trying to show support, get people interested, and I feel like it's one of those situations where like, cool, if we put out the content, then the money's gonna follow. I mean, like,
Yeah.
cool, even if you're not really interested in PCs, maybe this is what you want. This.
I know, and they're backed by Facebook, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
Facebook.
they're not
picked them
hurting
up.
for money anyway, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be. I think it's so new, and it's been such a long time since VR was a thing that it just needs its time to grow to convince the people that kind of have doubts and things that they're concerned about with
But
prices.
to Isaac's point, I can see it. After further consideration, I would say. I guess I see it from both ways. So you're right. Like, what if it doesn't take off? Like, what if people are like, man, I can't spend $600.
I personally hope it does. I mean, I love technology.
Oh, man,
I
I
love
would love
what they're
to.
doing. I love if
I'd love
everyone
it
had a
for
VR headset we could put on and go anywhere in the world or play any game. I just don't know how viable it is at the moment. I just don't want it to be a Virtual Boy. Another
Well,
one.
maybe
Virtual Boy.
Hey, I mean, there's lots of animes based on this where, like, someone made a headset and then it became a thing. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, we can get there eventually. I know I, for one, will be living at Christian's house.
Well, here's the thing, right? It's not just the Oculus VR though. Or Oculus Rift. It's started a whole bunch of other things. So it's like it's not like the Oculus is around and whoever doesn't PC game is just like, well, I can live without it. It spawned all these other great creations that pretty much any console you own, with the exception of Nintendo, will have a VR version of what they picture the Oculus Rift should be, but for their consoles.
So Morpheus,
Uh,
Sony.
It's
yeah,
called
yeah,
PlayStation
pretty
VR
much,
now.
yeah. So, it's called the PlayStation VR, I think, right now. But
I think there was something that said maybe $800 or some leak like that, but then it was disputed or something crazy.
I
like
don't
that.
know.
Well,
I
I
hope
mean,
it's not $800
If it
because
comes out, I could buy another 2 PS4s.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
But-
according to an interview that Kaz Hirai just did with BBC like 2 or 3 days ago, he actually stated that there's 100 games in development right now for the PlayStation VR. I think it's 20 first-party titles, and the rest are going to be third-party titles, and they're trying to get the price point as low as possible. Now, considering Sony's reputation of allowing their competitor to come out with their first punch and say, okay, cool, so let's take the example of the Xbox One. They came out, they said $499. What'd they do? So the PlayStation 4 was priced at $399. They've got plenty of time now to say, okay, cool. Oculus is putting theirs at $599. Let's bring ours down a little bit, just to just to get that
Sweeten
other
the deal.
contingent of fans that may say, I want to experience VR, but I don't want to spend $599 on it.
And not only that, they could also they're speaking to 35 million is what
Yeah.
they're selling now. Hey,
Yeah.
35 million $,
Yeah.
35 million people. We have this. It's $600 and or whatever the price point is, and you don't have to spend anything else, and you could experience it.
I don't think anything that has to do with the consoles, as far as VR, is going to be equivalent or more than the Oculus Rift price, because as it is right now, the consoles can't achieve 1080p, 60 FPS constantly, whereas PC doesn't have that problem. One of the main things for Oculus Rift is that it does do 1080p. So, I mean, I would say, if anything, they would probably at least or probably do 720p inside the VR headset itself, because you can't go beyond the limitations of the console, I'm assuming, anyway. So, and VR is based on PC specs, is very demanding on the graphics card. So I think because of that reason, they would probably price it cheaper, and it would be able to reach more people because console gaming is bigger than PC gaming. It will reach more hands that way. So like the consoles do. So.
You guys willing to take a guess as to what PlayStation will price it?
Oh, I want to say it's gonna start at $4.99.
I think
yeah, I know.
It's watch.
I think they'll put it the same price as a PlayStation, and then they'll bundle it for maybe like $50 to $100 less than buying it separate. That's the only thing I could see that makes sense, because no one's gonna spend. I don't know. Is the PlayStation at $300 right now? Is that
It's $349.
$349 goes on sale for $300, and then you're gonna spend another $400. It doesn't make.
Well, I mean, they did sell the PlayStation 3 for like $600 back when it first came out.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm saying. Like,
that's
when
part
it
of
first
the problem,
comes...
though. They got so behind in the wars, though, in the console wars, and it took them all the way till the last revision of PlayStation 3 to catch up.
I think I'm just gonna keep my highball of $4.99. I'd rather be over than under, guys.
Lewis, how about you? Would you spend $1,600 on a VR experience?
I don't think I would, to be honest with you.
Why not?
I'm not. Well, this is what I'll ask. Is there any like health risk that you're using these type of devices that put the screen like so close to you?
I know children of a certain age cannot use them.
To be honest, I'm not sure. I don't recall reading
I think it's like 6 to 8 years old. Under that, they're not supposed to. I know with the Google Glass, I was letting my 2-year-old daughter play with it, and then I kind of read that you're not supposed to let them if they're under.
You mean the Google Cardboard?
Or Google Cardboard, I'm sorry. Yeah. If they're under, I think, 6 years old or 8 years old, they're not supposed to, so I kind of have to take it away.
Just like a 3DS.
So I think it's probably something like that, since...
It's just a motion sickness
So
thing.
like for nausea.
I think it has to do
Yeah,
with...
motion sickness is another thing too.
Well, the 3DS was the same issue with you can let kids under a certain age because their vision is not all the way developed.
The 3D killed me on the 3DS. That was.
But also, I don't think anyone's going to spend $1,600 for their 7-year-old child. So unless they're,
you never know.
Unless they're Lewis.
Yeah, you never know.
But I mean, like that is one thing I didn't think about though, Lewis, is that the health concern that would probably entail that, because you're so immersed, you know, if you're, I guess, prone to motion sickness or seizures, that could be bad for you, you know. So I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard anything about, you know, that in particular since Oculus's Rift's inception. So I just know it's really immersive, and I saw funny videos of people like falling over and, you know, stuff like that. But
PewDiePie getting jump scared and
yeah. So you know, but that is something that I will keep an eye on, because I didn't think about that. So I mean, because I can't watch a 3D movie and not get a headache. So what if I spend $600 on something like that? And,
yeah, 3D video was a dead thing.
And what if I get headaches or I get nauseous and I just threw my $600 out the window? Then I got to find somebody that's willing to spend the same amount of money so I can sell it. So
or return it.
Or that, yeah. So.
Well, you know, I put it this way: I could barely do a Google Cardboard video for like 5 minutes before I feel like, oh man, this is too much, or maybe I feel like the screen is too close to me and it tends to like affect my eyes or something like that, you know?
Yeah, my fiance was the same way. She would look 2 ways and then just get nauseous and take it off. So
yeah,
some people can't do it.
I still have yet to play with my Google Cardboard. I still gotta get around to doing that.
It's a lot, you know, and I can only do like a 5-minute video, and I'm like, okay, I gotta relax a little bit, because I do get dizzy. You are spinning around in circles, and then you're like completely oblivious as to what's around you. So it's like someone could just run into you, or you could just trip over something. You know, there are certain things that, I mean, like if you're gonna be playing with an Oculus Rift, it's supposed to give you like a full panorama view, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you're sitting in the chair, or you eventually catch yourself standing up. I mean, there are some certain health risks, and, you know, certain things that they gotta disclose when they release it, or probably they're gonna go as they find out.
Or it'll be
What? No. Please, let's
Someone's
not
gonna get hurt.
find out.
like, oh, people are having
they're
seizures.
seizuring left and right. Let's put a sticker.
Yeah.
Let's put a sticker legal.
People can't come out of the game. Oh, okay, that's fine.
Although
Yeah.
best case scenario, we'll have something maybe like a first-person shooter where you could just spin around and just snipe someone like 50, 100 yards away.
There's a company, I forget the name, but they, because of Oculus Rift, they made a device that you could do first-person shooters. You can play first-person shooters with. You sit in this thing that has a ring, and you have these special shoes on, and you basically, these shoes tell the game where you're walking because you're standing on a platform that receives data from the steps that you're taking.
Is that where you're like floating and they're like going back and forth?
It's kind of something like that. It looks a little weird to watch, and it looks like, I mean, it was on Shark Tank once, but they actually, I guess, blew up.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, so like you would run, but you would be running in place, but you'd be telling the game, the person to go forward in the game. So, but the one
Do you
thing
think gaming's ready for this?
for I mean, not on that level for that device that works with the Oculus that you make your guy walk by walking.
My body is ready.
But I honestly think that just sitting down and gaming with the Oculus, I think it's ready. So
I can tell you what, Lewis doesn't sound ready for any of that.
Yo,
Lewis
was
That
like, give
question
me
right
the
there,
chair.
I was like, all right, this guy, he's
controller.
not ready for it.
I hope it goes down in price and everyone could get experience some
I mean, I'm
awesome
sure it'll
stuff.
probably go down.
Maybe
I'm
when
sure
we're
it probably
old,
will.
when my daughter's has a job.
Like Gen 2 maybe, probably the Oculus Rift 2, but one thing I foresee happening is like with the Wii when it came out, or the Wii U, people throwing their controllers at their TVs and breaking them, but except they're throwing themselves at the TVs because they have the headset on.
Oh no!
Like,
Oh no!
Don't give it to Zora.
Anything else at CES then?
Ooh,
Well, here's another thing too that I just looked up on Oculus Rift. They were talking about that there is a situation that if you wear glasses, depending on your frames,
look at
they wouldn't recommend you to wear Oculus.
damn, bro, I'm screwed then.
Can I use my contacts? What are
I'm
they
not gonna
telling
lie,
me?
when I
So-
go to certain 3D movies, if I don't position myself in a perfect position, I can't see the
You
3D
can watch
effect.
3D movies with your glasses? I always have to use my contacts because
No.
everything will be like
Exactly. So us folks
all four of us.
Yeah.
Because I have contacts in.
and her,
guys.
Yeah.
it's hard. I hope it works when we use it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be really upset. Do I need to have
kinda
good vision
upset
for
about that.
Oculus? Doesn't
Bro,
it?
I didn't know that the frame thing was going to be a big deal. I'm like, damn.
You didn't think
I'm
you don't have
screwed.
contacts?
Yeah,
Ladies
I
and
No, I don't
looked
have
it up
contacts.
because I
Looking
was
at
like,
the face of a person who's discouraged. He won an Oculus Rift and probably can't. You see this face right here?
I know. I'm
Look at him.
upset.
well,
Look
thank
at
God
that
I'm not in
face
the
right
flesh
there.
to witness it.
Yeah, it's pretty
I didn't
sad.
think about that, man. So not only do I have to spend at least $1,000, but
It's vibe now.
I'm gonna have to get LASIK too.
I mean,
Elaine, it's okay. It's
That's what
200.
I did. I did
Guys,
that for Google
so
Glass.
LASIK
this
is $200 an eye now. It's not that serious. You got this. You got
Oh,
this.
okay.
$200 an
No,
hour.
it's not
In, like,
200
Colombia.
bucks. Who told you
can I
that?
go get that surgery real quick?
I heard it on the
Who
freaking
told you
radio.
that?
It was like, come see Jay's discount LASIK.
All right,
Starting
so-
at
Okay,
200
first of all,
bucks.
just to let you
if
know-
it sounds like they're
let's-
giving
let's-
out the LASIK in a warehouse, in a surplus warehouse, I don't know if I want that LASIK.
Shout out to Jay's LASIK, by the way.
By
He's
the way,
giving
Sam
$200.
goes to these discount dollar store shops where in the back they have like a U-Haul and the guy does like 6 things. That's where he gets his LASIK. Don't listen
That's
to
where I got my
please.
contacts from, guys. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Bro,
What else do we have for E CES?
Well, guys, let me tell you, LG is putting in work. They have a rollable TV, an 18-inch OLED, and they're claiming that you can treat it like you would a newspaper, and do with it what you would a newspaper. I don't know about you guys, your dogs fetch your newspaper. I don't know what you like to do with that. I, for one, like to roll up my newspapers and smack pager with it. So I'm just gonna be like Pokemon, Pokemon, oh, Yu-Gi-Oh, La Noticia, put it away.
Yeah,
Like,
I thought that was a pretty good design.
I mean,
amazing.
It's cool, but how long has that been around for already?
I mean, that's been
like
in
the eighth
concept
iteration.
for a little while already. For a few CESs. I mean, it's good that it's getting closer. I don't know how comfortable I would feel putting something that's like as thin as a poster and then watch on the wall and then watching TV. It kind of seems weird, you know? Like
I'm ready for the Jetsons, man. I'm ready to go like, bloop, bloop, bloop. Just get me there. That's all I want.
you know, because like, I mean, how thin do you have to get before you start wanting to use a projector?
But I mean, like,
You
this
know?
is cool because this is solid.
Yeah, that's
Apparently
true.
they put like the circuits individually, like they're soldered to it, like different. I don't know. I don't get TVs anyway, but I mean, like, this sounds amazing. So like, they got it super thin. I can hit pager with it.
if
It's
I
got
gave-
me already.
If I gave you a rollable screen, what would you do with it?
Hit pager with it. Are you not listening?
All right, so I just don't know what's the point.
Of
I
hitting
mean, it's
pager
just-
of using it.
The only thing I could
Oh.
see is maybe
Is it portable?
for
Yeah,
phones,
it's portable. That's
maybe
the point.
phones.
Okay.
Phones, you could use it less
Oh,
shatter.
I see what you're saying because you know you want to see something on it. Oh, great point. I didn't think of that. I forgot you gotta connect it to like a cable box and stuff.
No,
We're
but
rolling
like,
posters up, but it's a screen.
but here's the thing, right? Okay, so Isaac's right. Like, if it's portable, okay, that takes care of the whole. Oh man, I dropped it. Because I would assume it's more resistant to cracking than a normal screen. So, but also my question is, if something that thin interfaces with a device that feeds it video, what does the port look like on it? Because that has to be something big, or
Yeah,
unless it's going to be like a ribbon.
All you see is a cable, but you're asking what's
Can it be
underneath
a ribbon?
the
No,
table
we don't.
powering it up and doing all that.
Yeah, it's like, you know,
So
there
you're gonna
has
have
to
a
be
portable screen with a ribbon to a backpack, and you're carrying around this giant
like a
backpack.
battery or something. Yeah, like
Can I just get
looking
wishful
like a-
thinking that it's like freaking wireless?
Well,
That'd be dope.
I guess like to power it, maybe it doesn't require that much because it's OLED and it's going to be so thin and it's small. I mean, 18 inches not that, you know, huge compared to a TV, but I would imagine that it probably would have a battery inside of it. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think so. It's too small.
I don't know. I mean, they would if it's going to have battery, it would probably have to have some pretty stunning battery tech to fit into something that thin. So,
Apparently they also have like a concave TV, but I mean, I think it's cool. My thing is like, so I like the S shaped or like the newspaper, OLED screen, and then just let me jump ship here, guys. Like, I did see a double-sided TV screen that they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
That won't win me. That won't get me.
I mean,
Why?
that seems like a niche thing, though.
Bro, look, no, think of it this way. Elaine
You might as
wants
well play
to watch
Connect
soap
4 with the
operas.
damn thing.
You want to watch the game. No compromises. Honey, get on your side of the wall.
Yeah, but there is a compromise.
That's such a
because
weird
you're
thing
gonna
to
have
say, though.
see who
Get on your
controls
side of the
value.
wall.
Let's bring reality back into this conversation, Pedro.
That's the thing.
What
No
about
one's
the
gonna have
volume?
two sources
Yeah.
in the middle of their living room with 35 cables plugging into each side of a TV.
It's gonna plug in underneath.
No one's
it's gonna be mad
no one's
fancy.
gonna have the. Here's the thing.
I think that's
Here's
what
the
a lot of people are not
this is-
thinking
this is
about.
where
yeah.
it's
You're
Stores.
watching the soap opera.
I think a store
Like,
would be
there's no get on two sides or whatever. Both sides have the soap opera on, so when you move around the room,
No,
it's on.
it
That's no
it allows you
compromise
two
there.
different
I'm playing.
images. What are you talking about?
No, but you still need two different sources. You still, how do you control the
Two
volume?
cable boxes.
Like,
Chromecast
yeah.
for one side. Come on, guys, think outside the box, bro. I'm gonna watch my anime through the Chromecast on the back. Pedro can watch the little Broncos
What
do
back?
their thing.
If the back is her screen.
I mean, not the back, the bottom piece. You know what I'm talking
the
about?
side or bottom?
Yeah, it's the side or bottom. I'm assuming. I mean, like, I'm not just gonna stick a Chromecast in the middle of this girl's mouth for the telenovela. That's like lawsuit waiting to happen.
man.
What?
Lewis, what'd you see
Oh,
at
okay.
CES that caught your eye?
I'm shocked that nobody mentioned it. The eHang 184, the personal drone that you can actually sit in and fly off with.
Oh, I heard about that. Tell us more about that.
I
I
don't
didn't read
trust.
too much about it, but I saw a picture of it.
Not into drones. So
Me either.
Well-
Sitting into drones.
I
Sitting
wasn't
into
into drones, but this is an interesting thing. This is an interesting like technology where you go up 500 meters and travel for at least 26 minutes, which in distance from 500 meters you can actually travel somewhere pretty far. And it's controlled by Google Maps, where you don't have to do any of the flying, and it has sensors to determine within 20 feet to see if there's any trees around you. So it's like a full, huh?
I mean, honestly, like it sounds innovative, but I don't know if I would trust.
So is this autonomous?
Maps.
Is
Google
that
Maps
what they're
doesn't
trying
even
to
know
do?
where my apartments are.
An autonomous drone?
Yes.
Yeah, it's autonomous, but the thing is like we haven't even conquered autonomous cars.
I don't trust.
I don't
it.
know if I would.
I
Like,
don't think we're even gonna do that because we're still stuck in yesterday's when it comes to cars.
Have you guys seen
Yeah.
La Bamba?
Cali's getting there.
Richie died in a little airplane. I don't trust little airplanes. I'm not gonna trust a drone. I don't trust a little helicopter.
It'd be cool though. I mean, eventually, I don't know.
I mean, it's a good idea. I thought that was the most innovative technology out there. Or if I use anything else, I like the new Fitbit smartwatch and what Under Armour is doing.
What are they doing?
Under Armour
the
has
Intel smartwatch.
No, Under Armour is actually making their clothes into smart clothes. Basically telling you your vitals while you're wearing the clothes, and it has like a computerized screen on it.
Would you wear
Where's
smart
the
clothes?
screen?
On the clothes.
On your, I think it's going to be on your sleeve.
And like, oh, I'm about to say, la teta le pech where? Jesus.
I don't. What? Why? Why would you do
How
that
would you
instead of
watch
just have a
that,
watch?
though?
Oh, how would you
What
watch
would you watch?
that?
What?
Why would you have that instead of a watch? I don't.
Oh, but that's kind of cool on your sleeve, though. I've been waiting for that, too. Isn't that on the Jetsons, too,
But-
guys? It's like,
So you're gonna wear a shirt and hope you have a screen.
I'm going to go like this and be like, hey, Chris, what's up? And roll up my sleeve. What's good?
Or you
Why
could be
don't I
like,
just grab a Fitbit?
you could be like Predator. and
But it's
just be like-
cooler.
So
I mean, CES is
Yeah.
mostly concept, so I guess people are. I mean, we get to see what companies are wasting
Crazy
money
stuff.
on.
Listen, everybody goes there to try to get Series A funding. That's all it is.
Yeah. Did you guys see the thing in CES that it was supposed to be a fridge? It was R2D2,
yeah.
No.
and they came and raided the company's like booth.
Yeah.
Because- Disney.
God.
Yeah.
Disney, yeah, they had to shut it down and everything. They had to put a tarp over the
That's crazy.
prototype. It was R2D2, but he moves around and he had a projector built in him so that he could do like the Leia part.
And he kept your food?
Yeah, and then he had you could put beer in it or whatever. And I guess Disney wasn't having it, so they just shut it down quick. So
I think another company got raided for something else, and I forget.
I don't recall. All I remember
There's a
is that
couple
one.
companies. I guess they all go there and get caught by the feds.
Can't they get caught?
Speaking of fridges, no one got raided, but did you guys check out Samsung's fridge that has a
yes.
21-inch tablet on the front?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Not only that, but it has a camera, so you can see what's inside of the fridge without opening it.
Yep. And you
Oh,
can
I thought
order
that was
food
like a glass that like you're talking about the one that you knock on and it like shows the insides.
The
I
Family
thought
Hub
that was
fridge.
like some sort of special glass. I didn't know that was an actual
That's a tablet.
LCD screen.
Yep.
Wow.
It's an
that's
actual
crazy.
LCD screen. The tablet's powered by Tizen, though, not Android. So, that should spark that controversial rumor of Samsung's getting away from Android. They're using Tizen. Look.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
this,
they should get away from Android.
does
Sorry.
this one post to Facebook, too? Because, I mean, like, I didn't want the last fridge. Every time you open the damn door, it's like, hey, check in to Facebook. No, bro, I don't need to let them know I'm eating. I've been here 5 times in the
I
last
think
10
one of the
minutes.
Getting
cool
my
things is supposedly, from what I heard, is it could see if you have certain things in the fridge and alert you if you are missing it. So if you run out of milk, hey, your fridge will send
Like
you a
it
text.
alerts you to
Oh,
your like,
that's
phone.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
As long as
Wait
it
a minute,
doesn't
wait a minute.
post
I
it
got
on
a quick
Facebook.
question
Yes.
in regards to this smart fridge.
Yes.
Is it running TouchWiz?
No, it's running. It's running just. Well, yes, it's running touch.
Anything TouchWiz, I would not touch.
Well, it's not running TouchWiz. It's just running a simple interface.
It's gonna crash in like a month if you had TouchWiz.
From the
It's like
photographs I'm
you're
looking at
officially
right now,
locked out of your fridge.
It looks like it's using TouchWiz, but it's on Tizen though, so it's not like it's running over anything. It's just,
Tizen's
it's
their
native.
own
Yeah.
OS.
That's their OS,
Yeah,
their own
but
operating
even
system.
then, listen, that's still not a safe bet for them because they still don't know how to optimize software. They just know how to pack a system, and they get away with it because every year people want to upgrade their phones, but for the people who stick with it, it just really sucks. So they're not really good at optimizing software. So I really do see some issues with the refrigerator going. I mean, God knows you're going to be deprived from you know, eating your cereal in the morning.
It's gonna lock the doors. For some
He's
reason.
like, sorry, we don't recognize this function.
I mean, it's proof of concept. I know there's TVs now, or there's fridges now with little tablets and stuff in front.
Yeah, like they have like
It's-
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you
and-
could put a little note and say, "Hey, husband, go get
Yeah.
bread."
Yeah.
Like the Samsung fridge that posts to Facebook. Why are we? I love that fridge.
I mean, but why is that
Well, here's
necessary,
one of the-
though? Why is something like that necessary?
It's
To shame you
necessary.
into dieting. That is the point.
That's a little too connected.
And when
like-
you post on Facebook,
Yeah.
it'll say from fridge, like from Samsung fridge or something. I saw that. It's at Best
Well,
Buy.
here's a serious thing, though. Do we have the bandwidth to start taking all types of smart electronics?
Christian does, because he has the 300
Like per
megabit
second.
connection.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Someone
but
like me.
have him get the TouchWiz enabled fridge. He'll lose all that bandwidth.
That's not me, man. I got
Just
the
ship me a
55
fridge, bro.
55.
I'll beta test real quick.
There you go.
Things like
Then you gotta
that.
do the shower.
Truthfully, any connected device is going to be pretty low in bandwidth. It's not going to be streaming the inside of your fridge or anything like that.
I mean,
Like
Hey,
a
what about the
surveillance.
smart flush?
What's up?
Someone should come up with a smart toilet.
they
You
have
know,
those.
you're on
have
a
it.
run, you forget to flush.
They have
Bro,
it.
they do
You
have
be like, oh
those.
shoot.
I forget the name of it, but like it was a Japanese brand first. You sit on it, and then like the water shoots up, it cleans you, and then it tells you good day, and you can post to Facebook on it. Like this is a thing.
I guess
that's-
we're gonna start posting how big of a turd we took. I guess, huh?
That's, but that's
I mean, it's not like
Japan
we don't
though.
Yeah,
already
man.
do that.
Japan always has crazy stuff.
Here's the thing with CES. I think cars took over. Truthfully, cars
Oh.
they came in with the best, I guess, concepts. You have cars. I forget what company did it, but the freaking morphs as you drive. To get more aerodynamic, pushes the back out and things like
Oh,
that.
Those are some
That's
really dope
Volkswagen came out with
concepts.
their new van concept that they're coming out with. Ford is showing their autonomous cars. A couple companies there. There's a new company that's trying to get with Tesla that has 1,000 horsepower electric car. Basically making, people are asking if this is basically going to be the new thing to show off car tech instead of like Detroit or something like that. But
Speaking of car tech, it's kind of funny because it's Nvidia, a major graphics card company for PC gaming, is making what they call a supercomputer for your car. And what they're going to do is they're going to build a supercomputer and put it in these cars to enable autonomous driving. And the way how it does it is that it has a webcam. It picks up everything on the road, and it actually determines what a person is on the road and what an actual car is. So, I mean, the demo that they showed was really amazing, but I mean, I don't know how far they'll get with some of the other companies that are already dabbling in or have been predominantly, car manufacturing companies that build those kind of innovations.
How does it discern what a car is? Is it like a size chart? Because I have a Tia Roberta, and she kind of big.
well, I mean, right now Tesla could basically, they have a mode, the auto mode or whatever they call it. It could scan the street, and it'll scan if the speed limit changes. It could see the speed limit sign.
Yeah.
Throw your
Yeah,
car
that's
down.
what that's what
So
that
if they
does
have that
too,
already
yeah.
in production, the concepts have to be pretty amazing of what's coming out with in regards to cars.
Yeah, I mean, like they actually went ahead and showed a video of what the webcam sees.
Yeah.
And they were showing things like that, like it was capturing the speed limit sign, and in the little things that were highlighting these objects like cars and people, it was saying, it would put a box over a person and say person, put a box over a car, say car, and then like over the speed limit sign it would say speed limit sign. So I mean, that's pretty amazing in and of itself that we can get that far with just being able to discern certain objects that may or may not be there on a day-to-day basis that's on the road. So That's I hope that comes to fruition one day, so that way I could just sleep while I'm driving.
It was a Mercedes that basically the car, the back extends out 15 inches to improve aerodynamics. The rims actually moved. They're basically concave like normal rims, but they would move flat to improve the aerodynamics. Just some cool proof of concepts.
That's cool.
And the electric company I was talking about is Faraday Future. They're coming out with 1,000 horsepower electric car. So trying to get with Tesla. But they're a small company. 750 employees with no CEO. So it's kind of
No CEO.
no clear CEO.
Oh damn.
Would you guys ride in an autonomous car?
Yes.
Yes.
I would
If
it was
Google
safe.
came and picked me, Google, take me away, please. Come
Take
get
me
me
away.
and drive me somewhere with one of your little buggies.
I'm not.
I'm ready for iRobot.
Are you?
No, I'm not.
I am.
Did
Just
you see
take
the
me-
movie?
I'm good. I can control. I like to use the pedals. I'm perfectly fine with that. Will not trust a computer to take me wherever I want to go. Not yet, at least.
Imagine. I drive down the road every day, and all I look at is bad drivers, and I have to watch the road like a hawk because I'm gonna get hit because people are on their phone, people are texting, people are
Yeah.
If I had a computer that had all these sensors next to me,
You would feel safer.
I would feel safe.
I
I'd
get
just let
it.
go of the wheel.
That's fair.
Take me away.
My only thing with that
It's
is
either going to
that
be a
But there's other options that they're doing. Like, I honestly don't feel comfortable with giving too much power to technology and letting them dictate what happens to us.
as
Because
long
one, we
as it
start to
doesn't
get
get
lazier.
sentience. Like once robots start making decisions, they're like, "Nah, you need to die today."
I
That's when we have a problem.
Terminator over here.
Japan has something that they're testing where it's like a robotic Uber, where it's just someone that comes. The car's a self-driving car.
Shout out to
Yeah.
There's a
Japan.
guy in case I guess it glitches and feels like hitting the gas instead of the brake, and
Can I
You
be the
just get to
Japanese
whatever you're at.
correspondent?
Yeah, that's one thing though. Like,
I would trust a computer any day over the texting teenager, the old lady that's 95 years old and can't see 10 feet in front of her. I mean, wouldn't you, Louis?
yeah.
Wouldn't you rather have a Google autonomous car that could censor everything, that could stop way faster than we could stop, than having someone who's distracted because their kid in the back is crying, or they're putting on their lipstick, or they're eating, or whatever else they're doing?
My Uber driver was like 95 yesterday.
There is actually a car that does that, and I think it was Acura that came up with it, where it basically communicates with the road and would see that if there was like somebody who like they check the patterns and they communicate with the car in front of them, and they will tell you specifically, they'll stop your car and let you know that this person is doing this and that on the road. I mean, I don't want to give too much into it. I just I'd rather still control the road.
I mean, to
There's
be
always
honest,
going to be bad
though,
drivers, and then what happens if you need a software update, and then all of a sudden you start driving in circles, and then
yeah. Or you could be like, I saw this one video of the, I think it was a Ford car. It was like a SUV that these guys hacked into from like a mile away, and they were able to make the car turn, like change lanes, like brake the car, like actually press the brakes and stuff like that, turn on the air, turn on the radio, turn off the radio. So I mean, that's just another thing that can be hacked into.
Well, in May of last year, Volvo had a self-braking feature that they're trying to test, and it kind of failed and smashed into onlookers. So things like that could happen. No one died.
Oh wait, I think
Okay.
I
That
mean,
was
so
my-
we're not gonna be sad here.
What?
I think it's kind of funny that there's idiots.
they were
sitting in front of-
displaying the car. They were demoing, right?
Yeah, they're
right?
demoing. They're like,
and
oh,
the guys
look
are
at our
looking, and it just slams.
Yeah,
I
look at
see
our
that.
self-driving car. Boom.
Yeah.
Things like that can happen. But at the same time, I mean, I'd still trust that over.
Perfect the technology and then get me into it, because I had a woman drive my Uber the other day and she did not understand the street. She asked me a question. I'm like, is she asking me like what the yield means or if she should stop here? I was really confused.
I mean, I almost think a glitching self-driving car is better than the average person you meet on the road.
Yeah, because of redundancy, it probably has safety measures built in for that.
I'd rather go in
I was gonna say
circles.
that.
I'd rather go in circles than having a teenager texting next to me or anybody or
Yeah.
an old lady texting next to me. That's even
Oh
scary.
no
Jeez.
no.
I just damn near pull over when I see that.
No.
Yo, shout out to old people who drive and text.
Old people.
Shout out to old
That's
people
like
that
the
know how to drive and text at this day and age.
They should be banned from the road.
They should be commended and continue doing it. I don't know what you guys are talking
They
about.
need to be retested.
I'm all for using technology on the road.
I'm not.
Did,
By the way,
I'm totally playing around. I'm totally playing
if you don't know, Pedro's joking.
Yeah, I'm
Brother,
totally
Please,
joking.
before we get some angry letters.
Yeah, I do not condone texting and driving.
Did was there anything else that you guys thought was good at CES?
I mean, other than the new 4K push that everyone made during CES.
Let's hope.
Huh?
Let's hope
Let's hope.
Well, I mean, I know you purchased one, and you're one of those people that want to feel vindicated for purchasing one 2 years earlier than you should.
2 years too early.
Yeah. But I mean, it looks like Panasonic, Samsung, and Sony are actually giving us what we want, which is the Blu-ray player, the 4K Blu-ray player that also plays 4K media. Sony is also releasing their own streaming service where you can stream 4K movies, but only Sony Pictures right now. So I mean, if you guys want to watch Pineapple Express in 4K, it's available. Hopefully they ramp up the amount of movies that you can watch in 4K, but it's coming, guys. 4K content is coming.
I think it lagged a little bit. I think with the 4K content, with the inception of 4K and the TVs being out for so long, I think it took longer than it should have to get something like a 4K Blu-ray finally.
Yeah, but it's only
Very good
2
point.
years. I mean, in 2 years.
Nah, bro, but technology's always changing. At this point, I'm like, yo, I would have expected that, like...
Yeah, I mean, because in the PC world, they have 5K max.
Well, I mean, come on. We don't all live in the PC man now. In the PC world, though.
No, but
we all
like
can't be card carrying PC Master Race members.
But things like that are mandated or are dictated by the companies that dictate what type of TVs we have. So like the big movie companies shoot stuff or somehow manage, what type of stuff is available to the consumer, and this time around it's 4K. The same thing happens to PC gaming. So, or computers in general when it comes to monitors. So if they already have 5K for Mac, unless that's something that only Mac kind of made, I'm sure that 5K or whatever's next is going to be...
What's next is
going to be coming soon.
Here's the thing, that we got to the point where the bandwidth issue, I think, to stream a good 4K stream is too much.
Yeah. As of right now, you need
and the other issue is now that's an issue in the first place because we went away from physical media.
Yeah.
Before, everyone would just buy Blu-ray.
Yeah.
No one really cared about streaming. We kind of killed that off, and we kind of try to move on to 4K, and we don't have the technology to kind of move to it.
So that was my thing. I'm like, we can't even really, I can't stream in 4K. I got the 55 guys. Like, I'm bored. But I mean, like, freaking, they unveiled, what was it, like a few, I think it's Sony and LG had like two, each had an 8K.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Sony and LG have a consumer-ready 8K TVs.
And I'm over here like, I
Exactly.
can't even afford 4K. Like, what are we doing now, guys?
I mean, we also have to remember that it's not just streaming content. Even though a lot more of the general public is cutting the cord and going more towards streaming content, live television isn't in 4K yet.
Okay.
Like they have no 4K.
Yeah.
That's always the last thing.
It's not even 1080p if you get cable yet.
Yeah.
So I mean,
That,
1080i. Whoa.
the
for
only
us to
thing,
really criticize though the it took 2 years for a 4K Blu-ray player to come out. I mean, I could have waited the 2 years. I think.
I mean, I'm broke. I mean, I'll be here in 10 years getting the 4K and the 4K Blu-ray player.
When they're on clearance.
Yeah.
They're like $99
Guys, struggling
on Black
artists here.
Friday.
Well, we're
Support
at
the arts.
12K.
Dude, I don't even understand. Like, 4K looks so good to me, and what's 8K? Like, I wish I was there at CES so I could see this. Like, can I go through the screen now? Is that a thing? Can I touch the person on the screen? How real is this gonna get?
I think they need to fix the technology first. We don't have like OLED is really the only, to me, the only viable replacement for something like a plasma, where you have the super fast refresh rate, the super accurate colors, very cinematic, like kind of what they wanted you to see. LCD can't replicate that yet, and then we're waiting for OLED to come in.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that it's.
And
OLED,
we still don't have the technology in 1080p.
Well,
for OLED.
OLED is a new.
I didn't
is
think
new
about
tech
it.
too.
That's
so
what
the
I'm saying.
combination of the two is like you're spending the
Can
price.
I get
of
a better
car.
picture before I
So,
get more
like,
pixels?
Yeah.
This 8K wouldn't. You guys, I mean, I would assume like it's gonna be 8K OLED, right?
No,
I mean,
I think
I think OLED is something that will probably be like, oh well, you know, I have a TV, but then I have a TV that's OLED.
Because OLEDs are awesome.
So I think there's always going to be the differences because OLED I think is going, because you're getting a better color representation, is always going to be the more expensive option. So yeah, so you're going to need to cater to the people that don't care about that but want a nice TV still. So
they'll go LED.
I'm waiting for something to come up so I can replace my plasma. But
you heard it here first, guys. If you want us to give you an accurate review on an 8K OLED, help fund us for it. Yeah. Don't cover up my figure though.
I think 8K at this point though I don't think 8K is going to be useful for home ever. I don't think we're gonna have screens big enough where you could even tell the difference. There's no way, unless everyone's rocking a 90-inch screen all of a sudden.
Well, I mean, you can
There's
have
something about that. We had the House of Cards. They said that they shot the third season in 6K, just in case.
Just in case.
I don't even.
Just in case.
I mean, but here's the thing, right? 4K, 8K, you can still. Like, they sell 4K monitors for computers that are 24 inches or 27 inches.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the problem with having a TV is that you have the same resolution across two different types of screens, but one looks better because it's a smaller screen versus one that's stretched out. So, I mean, I think having 8K in a smaller scale is possible, like something like maybe a 60, because I think they're getting so big to the point where, like, things like 60 and 70 are going to be like our 45, like 46s and 50s.
Yeah, that would be annoying.
So
we'd kind of have to transform the living room at that point because
you would just have to have no windows on this wall because that's where your TV should be.
They have a 4K phone, the Sony.
Oh yeah.
Sony Xperia.
It kind of always the main when you're at the home screen, it's 1080p. But if you show it 4K content, it kind of recognizes it and switches. So it takes like 3 seconds. Really odd.
Yeah.
You show it a 4K picture, it'll go, and then 3 seconds later, it'll clear up to the 4K. And then you could kind of see a difference when you're very zoomed in, but when you're holding a phone, you're not going to really. I think MKB did something on that, but he had to get a microscope to actually see the difference. So what's the point?
I cannot wait for like the sales at like Best Buy after 8K's a thing and the 4Ks are like that. 4Ks are like going out of style, and I'm over here like, yo, I just got this 1080p for $50, bro. Like, I'm just trying to watch my anime.
8K is like human vision.
I think they just need to shore up the technology first before moving to new pixels.
I thought
give
4K
me better
was
colors.
like
give me a better picture instead of more pixels.
See, here's the difference. You guys want to watch other things on TVs. Like, you guys would benefit from this. I just want to watch anime. I mean, to me, the color looks the same. 1080p, I'm happy. You put it on dynamic. That's it. Everybody be moving around. Like, the hair's all flowy. It looks like real life TV to me. I'm happy. I'm satisfied. That's it. I don't have to spend 4K money.
But I understand what you're saying, because there is something that is like that in the PC world, where you have two different types of panels and one has better color representation for like Photoshop and video editing or like really high-end gaming. So I can understand the want for that, because I mean, you just want a pretty picture. You don't also want a sharper image too. So
don't get me wrong. If I could afford it,
I mean, we're kind of getting. I think they're getting ahead of themselves. People wanting higher resolutions without wanting a better picture first. To me, it doesn't make any sense.
Oh, here's the bigger issue is
other than people could the manufacturers could say, "Oh, we have this now, buy this," and then you have the sheep go buy whatever's the next 3D, the next curved TV, the next.
Well, that's what it is. I think that the general public equates resolution with picture quality. I've got more pixels, it looks better, and that's just not true. It's incorrect. But if the general public believes that, then that's why 8K is going to be successful.
It will, yeah.
Because, I mean, arguably, you can still get a nice OLED 1080p TV, compare it to, you know, a 4K television from another manufacturer, and have a more... a
better looking screen.
Just a more, just a much better looking screen, something that kind of represents the colors better. And it's 1080p. But... you hear that 1080p resolution, and you're like, "There's not enough. There's not enough. I'm done with the P's. Let's go with the K's now." So it's just, I mean, unfortunately, that's
like
what
when we got to the megapixel wars with the phone cameras, and people were going to like 21 megapixel and stuff. But then Apple's
8 megapixel
was kicking their butt and everything, and they're like, "Well, maybe
people would
maybe it doesn't matter."
Yeah.
People just didn't
No,
understand.
you schooled me on that one, Ice. I remember that.
Yeah, I had to show Lewis what's good with that.
Yeah, man. I mean,
And like
everyone was like, "There's I've got more P's than an iPhone. Why?"
Yeah.
You know, there's more to it than just resolution.
Yep.
So, but looks like we're running up against it, guys. So this is it for episode 0. Before we go, anybody want to plug anything? Any articles we want to read or anything like that?
Well, this will be our first podcast that we put out. We released recently our website, www.badnewstech.com. We have an article, at least one article from all of us. We have some news that came out during the week. So definitely check that out. We also have Facebook, Bad News Tech, and Instagram, badnewstech.com, or just Bad News Tech.
It's
right?
Instagram.com/BadNewsTech.
Bad News Tech.
And our Twitter is Real Bad News Tech.
If you want to follow us on any of those, we'll put up news that comes out during the week. It's going to come out a lot more than our podcasts do, but just be on the lookout for that. That's my plug.
sounds good to me.
All right. Well, that's it for episode 0. So thanks
Lewis,
for
you have
watching.
anything else?
Please help us fund our back wall of awesome. We need more figures and stuff. Vegeta would be nice for the Goku. Lewis, if you want to help fund that, or anybody. I'm not gonna be picky with the
Send some
donation.
Vegetas over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vegeta's my favorite. We need 2 because one to go with Goku for Chris, and then my own to take home with me.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys could please comment, share, give us your opinions. Let us know what we did right, what we did wrong, what would you like us to continue doing. We do this for you guys, so I mean, if you guys enjoy it, let us know.
All right.
And We Hate Pedro t-shirts coming soon.
Thanks, guys, for watching. Peace.
That was fun.